This been a crazy start to the new year. Everybody already know how this finna turn out, and we know exactly what's finna happen. We Yellow Beezy. Man, they presented everything they needed to present. They did that to Mo3, and he paid Q1 White the money. They got Q1 because of the tattoo of the middle of his forehead. Now, he shouldn't have had the open face mask on, and this one never even happened to him. But watch what's finna happen now.
Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. You all need a couple minutes.
We've already talked about it.
Great. Sir, if you'll stand for a second. This is cause number F2500154, Style State of Texas versus, is it Marquise Conway?
Marquise Conway.
Okay, Marquise Conway. Mr. Conway, you are here charged with the offense of capital murder while remuneration. This offense is a capital felony. You talked to your attorney about what's happening here today.
Yes, ma'am.
This case is set for a bond reduction hearing. What is the current bond, or is there a current bond?
Current bond set at $2 million, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. And your attorneys are here today asking the court to reduce your bond. You understand that's what this hearing is about?
Yes,
Okay, all right, have a seat. Is the state ready to proceed?
State's right, Your Honor.
State may proceed.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would offer into evidence for the purposes of this hearing, State's Exhibit number 1, which is the PC or probable cause affidavit for Kewan White. That's K-E-W-O-N, White, common spelling. State's Exhibit number 2, for purposes of this hearing, would be the probable cause affidavit for Devin Brown. State's Exhibit number 3 is going to be a video of the offense. State's Exhibit number 4 are going to be the bond conditions that were placed on the defendant, in this case on March 21st of 2025. State's Exhibit number 5 is going to be the PSA weighted scale score that was given by Dallas County Pretrial Services on March 25th of 2025. And then State's Exhibit number 6 will be the financial, confidential affidavit of financial condition that was filled out by the defendant. That's State's Exhibit number 6.
No objection, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 1 through 6 are admitted.
And we'd ask the court to take just judicial notice of the probable cause affidavits and having been able to review them prior to this proffer.
So noted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based off of an agreement with defense for the purposes of this hearing, I will also proffer the following information. To start, before I forget, the state did run a complete criminal history of the defendant, including both juvenile, misdemeanor, and felony criminal history. That information was ran yesterday. The court may notice that in State's Exhibit number 5, the PSA from Dallas County Pretrial Services, that there is an affirmative when asked about prior convictions. I believe it specifically mentions felonies. I will represent to the court based off of all the information and reviewing all of the evidence that we have at this time. The state can find no prior misdemeanor convictions or prior felony convictions for the defendant, either as a juvenile or as an adult in the state system or the federal system. We would also proffer the following information, Your Honor. A state's witness will testify to being present for a conversation about the payment for the murder of Melvin Noble. This conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder in November of 2020. A state's witness will testify to the individuals present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will also testify to Marquise Conway, the defendant, being present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will testify to the amount of money that was to be paid for the murder. A state's witness will testify to the individuals responsible for the payment. That state's witness will also testify that Marquise Conway was one of the individuals responsible for a portion of that payment. A state's witness will also testify to the individual who would receive this payment. The state's witness will testify that Kewan White was, in fact, the individual to receive this payment, who was originally indicted in State's Exhibit number 1, the probable cause, which is before this court. The state's witness would also testify that Kewan White, or to who shot and killed Melvin Noble. This witness would also testify to Kewan White being the individual who shot and killed Mr. Noble on November 11th of 2020. Again, this conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder. The state has also had an opportunity to review bank records of the defendant, Marquise Conway. These records would show that the defendant drew $40,000 in the days following the murder of Melvin Noble. And for the record, that was a cash withdrawal. These records would correspond to the exact amount which the state's witness would testify to. In reviewing these records, the state also became aware and believed that they would show that the defendant had anywhere between $800 and $900, but more specifically, $870,000 between a checking account and a savings account with one particular bank. 370 of which was in a checking account, a little over 500,000 which was in a savings account. The state at this time would like to publish to the court what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 3, which is the video of the offense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, before that's published, could I just address something with the prosecutor and their proffer?
Sure.
So it's clear from the record that as he recited, the state's witness, his proffer is, that's just one witness.
Correct, Your Honor.
not multiple witnesses. And that I don't recall if the specific in the proffer was when the date that this witness reported to hear this conversation.
I do not have the specific date written down, but I know it was in the days following the offense. We do have evidence of when this could have taken place based off of cell phone data of when the defendant was in another state and then when he came back to Texas. So we believe we have a time frame. As far as the exact date, I do not have it this time.
Anything else, Mr. Judge?
No, Your Honor. Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yes. Y'all want the lights off?
It's at the court's discretion.
Oh,
And Your Honor, this is, just for context, this is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on noon on November 11th, 2020. Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention, if you look on I've stopped this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan in the far left lane and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Kewan White, who is then the shooter based off of the evidence we have. Your Honor, I'm going to stop this at 1 minute and 37 seconds. The victim does not return into the frame. The only other things that the state would like to proffer as far as this bond hearing, since the court does not have a probable cause affidavit, of course, since it's a grand jury referral, defendant Q1 White was also indicted. You do have his murder probable cause affidavit from 2020. He was also indicted at that same time in cause number F21-75377 for Dr. Randall Graham, who also sustained injuries, a neurosurgeon who was heading north on I-35 that day and was struck as well. However, he did survive. And finally, Your Honor, the last thing that I would proffer at this time would be that there were a total of 44 fired cartridge cases, all from the same style of firearm as far as the caliber that were recovered on the freeway on November 11, 2020. And at this time, around state of arrest.
The defense.
Judge, this time we call Ms. Alexander to the stand.
And raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that in all matters before the court, you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Ms. Alexander, could you introduce yourself to the court and spell your last name for the court reporter?
Yes, my name is Alma Jean Alexander, Alexander. I'm Marquis' grandmother.
Ms. Alexander, are you currently employed?
No, I retired from Dallas County in 2014.
Now, when you tell the judge you retired from Dallas County in 2014, what was your occupation?
Deputy clerk.
And just for the record, a deputy clerk, what does a deputy clerk do?
Process paperwork from the attorneys for the judge. Basically handle the paperwork for the courts.
And this is a building that you were employed, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And back in the clerk's room, where in the old days, we had a lot of paperwork. Lawyers would take the file, take it back to the clerk. You would handle the file stamps and put all the papers into the file.
And type up the judgments.
Type up the judgments. Can we back up a little bit? Just tell the judge a little bit about where were you born and when did you move to Dallas County?
I was born in Washington, Arkansas. I moved to Dallas County when I was 11. So I've been here like 63 years.
And being Marquis's grandmother, Could you explain the dynamics of your family as far as where are they located and how many grandchildren do you have, and where does Marquise fall in the family relationship?
Okay, Marquise was my first grandchild. I have 11 grandchildren and 8 great-grands. Of course, Marquise being the first grandchild, we were always close because you're excited with your first grandchild. So you try to do everything you can and instill in them good values. He's been a godsend to a lot of his family members. He helps everybody in the family. I know it's hard sometimes because when you have people pulling on you and you just trying to stretch money, you know, it doesn't always pan out. But he's always helped whenever needed. He's just been.
Let me interrupt you just a minute. When you say, let's just go back a little bit. Did he go to public schools here in Dallas County?
Yes, he did.
Was he born and raised here in Dallas County?
Yes, he was.
And does he currently work here in Dallas County?
Yes, he's an entertainer.
Okay, and as an entertainer, so we can explain to the court, what type of entertainment does he do?
Music.
And has he done well in his music career?
Yes.
And in the music career, you have a persona, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a persona out there for your career is different within the family fold, is that right?
Right.
Him being your grandson, did he go to church here in Dallas County?
Yes, he went to church with me often. That was one of my requirements when he'd spend the weekend.
And how often do you talk and have a relationship with Marquise?
When he's in town, 2 or 3 times a week. When he's out of town, sometime once a week.
His relatives, are they here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And is his mother back there in the courtroom?
Yes, she is.
Okay, and for the record, could you just tell the, is that Miss Kimberly Rush?
Right.
Is his family here, are they all here in Dallas County or Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex?
Vicinity, yes.
Are you here to just tell the judge he has sufficient ties to this community?
Yes, he does. He does.
Now, as far as, does he have any children?
Yes, he has 2 sons,
And how old are his children?
5 and 7.
Is he, have you observed him being involved in his children's life?
Yeah, we go to football games for the little ones all the time. He's always got them in sports.
Okay, so he's out there in the community, coaching up his sons and other kids that play on the football team.
Yeah, I call him the Joe Jackson of the sports.
You call, Joe Jackson being Marquise?
Yeah, Joe Jackson was Michael Jackson's father. You know how he pushed them to be great and good. So I said that's what he's trying to do with his boys.
I'm glad you cleared that up. There's other Joe Jacksons, but yes, I can get that Joe Jackson would be well involved in his family.
Yeah.
So you're telling the judge he's from Dallas County, significant ties, and he's involved with his family. As far as you're aware that he is been arrested for this charge
Yes.
of payment for hire for a murder. And this happened back in 2020. You're aware, you saw the video and you heard the prosecutor talk about
Yeah, on Facebook.
their version of the facts.
Right.
How long has he been in jail?
Oh, 8 days since last Thursday.
The bond set at $2 million. Has he been able to post that bond and get out of jail?
He's still sitting here. No, he hasn't.
We're asking the court for a $250,000 bond based on, do you believe that Mr. Conway could post a $250,000 bond?
I'm pretty sure we can get it together.
And are you telling this court that he's not able to post a $2 million bond?
No, he's not.
That's the witness.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Alexander.
Good morning.
My name is Tommy Adams. If you have any questions with my questions, I don't form them in a good way, please just ask me to repeat myself and I will do so, okay?
Okay.
I appreciate you being down here. I'm sure this is not an easy day for you. So thank you. You worked for the Dallas County within the clerk's office up until 2014, correct?
Correct.
Now, Ms. Alexander, are you aware that there was a bond schedule that judges could set bonds on different level offenses within this courthouse?
Yes.
And are you aware that that bond schedule has since been done away with and was subject to a federal lawsuit against all of the district judges within Dallas County?
No.
Now, when you talk about your grandson being an entertainer, I mean, he's more than just an entertainer, correct?
Yes.
He's in fact a double platinum artist, correct?
Right.
Now, going back to 2020 and the years leading up to that, well, let me ask you this. Are you aware of your grandson owning a 2017 Denali?
Yes.
And what is that Denali, what is special about that Denali?
It's bulletproof.
It's bulletproof. Now, Ms. Alexander, I can't imagine in all your years working here at the clerk's office that you ever felt like you needed a bulletproof vehicle.
I don't need one.
Now, Ms. Alexander, would you agree with me that in 2020 and the years leading up to 2020, that there was a lot of stuff going on in the city of Dallas surrounding, and to be quite honest, our victim, Melvin Noble, and your grandson, Marquise Conley?
I try not to delve into Facebook and hearsay because I know him for myself. So,
Well, let me ask it this way. Are you aware your grandson was shot in Plano?
yeah, I was there.
You weren't there at 3 a.m., were you?
I was at the hospital.
Correct. Okay.
Hmm.
But you would agree with me that even if you're not on Facebook, I mean, this stuff was on TMZ. I think your grandson even did an interview on TMZ with those folks on live TV about this. So you're aware that there was a back and forth going on in this city involving your grandson as well as Mr. Noble, the complainant in this capital murder case. You're aware of that at least, right?
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay. Is that the reason your grandson felt the need to get a bulletproof Denali?
No, he felt the need because people are jealous and you don't know who's gonna do what, when or where.
Now, are you aware of whether or not he had to, if a Denali comes that way off the lot, or do you have to actually pay money to get something like that done?
I have no idea how it happened, where it happened, why it happened. I just know he had it.
Sure. And as far as your grandson being in custody for approximately 8 days, defense asked you initially how long he'd been in jail and if he was able to make a $2 million bond. And your initial answer was, no, he hasn't. And then when they followed up with whether or not he can make a $2 million bond, that's when you said, no, he cannot, correct?
Right.
Now, especially with all of your experience here in the county and working in the clerk's office, you're aware that when somebody has a $2 million bond, they can pay only 10% of that, correct?
Yes.
With the bondsman's help. Now, your grandson is a double platinum recording artist, correct?
Correct.
And he lives in a mansion in Frisco, correct?
Correct.
And he has houses in other states, correct?
And I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware of him paying and helping to support other individuals in the family and also extended family and friends?
I'm not into his business like that.
You agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
Would you agree with me though that there's a difference between can, want to, and choosing not to?
I'm aware of all of those things, but I know he don't want to be in here, so I know if he could afford it, he'd be out. Plus, he has other bills. He don't just have money laying around.
Sure. Now, Ms. Alexander, you testified that your grandson has significant ties to this community, correct?
Yes.
Born and raised in the greater Dallas area.
Correct.
As far as how much time he spends in the city of Dallas, or more or less Dallas County and the surrounding areas at this point, do you know approximately how much time he spends in the greater Dallas area per month?
I'd say 3/4 of the time.
3/4 of the time. Now, just as far as his ability to travel and nature of that, like planes and getting around, you're aware that he travels quite a bit via private jet, commercial, all of that, correct?
Yes.
Does he have access to his own private jet?
No.
Do you know approximately how often he does fly private?
No, I don't.
But when he does that, he would be having to pay for those bills as well, correct?
Correct.
Do you agree with me that flying private is not the cheapest thing in the world to do?
Yes.
Nothing further from state on.
Anything else from Ms. Gibbons?
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You can step down. You have another witness?
Judge, I was gonna make the proffer we discussed, back in chambers. May I make a proffer, Your Honor?
Yes.
Judge, a lot of us have been down here at this courthouse for 30 years. I'm not gonna go over the law. I know you understand the bail bond and how we have moved along. I just wanted to point out in some of these cases where there's high profile, in the state versus Michael Lucky, that was a capital murder case. That was in criminal district court number 7, the court that we're in. That was a high profile case. That case involved an NBA player that was initially set by the magistrate in the jail with a probable cause affidavit, where they had knowledge of the facts from what the police said. And that bond was originally set at $500,000. It was later reduced by the court to $100,000 with conditions. Co-defendant in that case, Larry Jenkins, cause number F2076397. This is the same set of facts case where the magistrate with a probable cause affidavit set it for $750,000. Another case in the state of Texas versus Antoine Franklin, capital murder case, 522-76141. This involved a famous football player out of Oklahoma. That case was set by the magistrate for $500,000. Again, probable cause affidavit. It was later reduced by the court to $200,000. Judge, in dealing with the bond schedule, you have bond conditions here that require electronic monitor. They have several conditions of probation, check-in, and curfews. We're proffering to the court here that the court has set bonds down here in Dallas County where the typical murders range between $150,000 and $200,000, and a capital murder can range, in these cases, in between $500,000 and $750,000, where the magistrate set it. The thing in this case that we're proffering, the magistrate had no probable cause affidavit. They had no facts, and in this case, we're asking the bond to be reduced in these facts. we'll argue here, but I just want to proffer those 3 cases.
All right. Anything else?
We're closing and we'd just like to argue.
Okay, state.
Your Honor, I would just, if I could, just briefly